Hello. My name is Jeff. Hello, Jeff. How are you? My name is Chevy. Why is YouTube not running so well right now for me? Something isn't right. Viewers will experience buffering. I don't like it when you buffer. I don't want you to buffer. How do I stop that? Is it buffering really super bad? Or does this look like crap? What I'm seeing is like a huge delay, which is not normal. Isn't this fun? I feel like every streamer ever is like, am I online? What's going on? I don't know how to do this. And here I am doing the same thing. And the delay is massive. Well, that's good, Jeff. I just wish I knew why the delay was so bad. It's Saturday. I just woke up. I just took a nap. A little laggy. Okay, well, at least you can hear me. I've got the new wireless microphone set up, so I should be able to move around and it doesn't sound like crap when I do it, unless I bump into the thing. Hopefully it gets better. I'm going to let it run. I was going to shut it down, but I'm just going to let it go. The thing is, I live in West Virginia and my internet here is absolutely terrible. Like, just super bad. So, there's not a whole lot I can do about it other than to let it go. Where is... I don't know where my dust broom is. So. Hello, KSI Army. How are you today? I hope everything is good. I hope your world is fabulous. I went, we had soccer this morning. My daughter had 2 soccer games in Wheeling, West Virginia, which is like almost 2 hours from where I'm at. So, while there, it just so happens that I had to pass a Harbor Freight to get there. I mean, shucks, huh? So I was going to build a welding cart, but I found out that I couldn't really build one without spending like over $100 in steel. So instead, I decided to buy one from Harbor Freight because it was like on sale today for $34. Of course, everything at Harbor Freight is always on sale. That's the way Harbor Freight works. So what am I going to do in this particular stream? Right this second, we're going to put this thing together. And then, I don't know, whatever we want to do. I mean, I have a lot to clean up. I just had that knife. This is my life right now. Here we go. I'm going to be making myself a tool holster soon. I have this thing to set up. I have some casting material, so I might start working on my name where I cast my nameplate for my desk, because we have the silicone for that. That is going to be a video for YouTube, so I don't necessarily know that I want to do it all on stream, but if you guys want to see that, we can at least try it. So for right this second, the big plan is to put this together. After this, I could always build something. I always have things to build. I want to build drawers for this little area. I don't know if you can see it down there. Underneath of my bench here is just a big empty space. And this cabinet that's in my way needs to go away. So I want to build drawers there. I was going to do that today, but I need to go buy a quarter or a half-inch sheet of plywood to do that. So not going to be doing that right now because I came back from soccer and fell asleep. That was completely unintentional, but whatever. Okay, so this came with instructions. I feel like I don't need those, so let's just do this. This here is obviously an axle tube, and this is obviously an axle. I mean, obvious things are obvious. Who needs instructions? I mean, life didn't come with instructions. I wish it had. I wish I could have figured out, you know, life a whole lot sooner. I'm still trying to figure it out. I wish kids came with instructions. That's the thing. 2 girls and I still feel like I don't know how to parent. Actually, 2 girls and they're probably more mature than I am. Okay, these wheels seem like they came with washers for a reason, so don't have enough space to use those. Yeah, looks like it. So we're gonna put washer. You know, we're just making this up. We're just having fun. Hey Keely, what are you doing? I assume that's Keely, since you're using your mom's YouTube account. And Alina has her own. All right, we're just going to use the... See, this is... We don't need instructions. We just go for it. How's the mic sound? How's the audio? I would love to know how this little thing did. I used it quite a bit on the road, and it didn't do as amazing as I thought it would, because this is a very non-directional microphone, so it picks up a lot of just a lot of noise. And when I had the person in front of me talking, it didn't really help to have this on me. So I had to really kind of clean up that audio quite a bit, more than I expected. But I suspect, and I hope, that here in the shop it's a lot better. At least better than the laptop audio. So. It's fine. That's good. Alright, so we have wheels. I got the wheels on without consulting the instructions. That probably means I can build the rest, right? We don't need no stinky... Ah. Maybe I should have read things. So we have a whole bunch of nuts and bolts, and they all look identical. So I'm going to assume that they are identical, and I'm just going to start screwing things together because that's how I roll. So we're going to put wheels on this thing. And the reason I want to build this cart is going to hold the welder. And I had bought wheels to build a cart. I was going to make my own welding cart. And it's really expensive. Like I said, it's about like, the design that I had come up with was going to be over $100 in steel. And that's just seems outrageous to me. So instead, I'm going to use this cart, since it was only like $35 for the welder, and there's a space here. There's like underneath my saw, there's a big empty space. And that was intentional because I figured I would store either the welder or something there. Well, I don't want to store the welder there, I want to keep the planer. The planer is currently sits in the middle of this table, which means when I want to use it, I have to kind of move this thing around. And often when I'm wanting to use the planer, I'm building something, and if that something is sitting on top of this table, then it becomes increasingly difficult to move this table around in order to use the planer. So this cart is going to get the welder, which I'm got to find a place to store it once it's on here, and then I'm going to use the cart that the welder's on to build a cart for the planing stand. So the planer will sit up higher for one, so I don't have to bend over as much, and I can slide it under here when I'm not using it. And then that will free up the table, which has become kind of like the centerpiece. It has power on it now where I can hook up my mics and all that stuff. And yeah, I bet that was loud, guys. Sorry, that was a long time ago. Keely, this is the thing that we went and bought today while you were sleeping in the car. It's a welding cart. So, I definitely want to do this. I definitely want to build a stand for my planer, so maybe we can do that after I build it, after I put this together. I don't know. And I definitely want to build drawers, and I still have like build videos, YouTube videos that I need to put together. I want to finish up the nameplate. I want to do videos on these sound panels. I still need to like cut video together, and I still need to record video for that, because I think that those two I've done on stream. I don't have clean video because this laptop doesn't really make the best of videos. So that I want to do one of those. Oh, and I got. You're gonna get your hair cut too? That's awesome! I can't wait. I got a air stapler for making these things, and well, just because I need an air stapler. Never had one. So you and your sister are both gonna get your hair cut today, huh? That'll be fun. You told me the other day that you wanted your hair super long. Okay. These need some sort of wrench. I really don't feel like finding what size, so I'm just going to use crescent wrench. And that's close enough. I don't really think this has to be super tight or super put together. These are just wheels after all. Everything will be sitting on top of them anyway, which means they'll be kind of fixed in position. I looked at this thing in the store. It's actually pretty well built. It's small, it's short, which means that the welder will be roughly knee height for me. But I'm okay with that. You know, I would like to have a taller stand someday, like I was going to build. My original plans were to have a stand that had a welding table on top of it so that I could just use it, wheel it around, and weld on top of it, but we'll do that someday. Okay. Now we have a little cart. It's almost like a like an off-road go-kart. I want to ride this down the hill. Like an off-road skateboard. I should totally ride this down the hill. Alright, so part 1 is done. What are you guys saying? Can I play any instruments? Yes. Yes, I can. I grew up playing piano. I had a... Oh, look, they put pictures in here because they knew I wouldn't read the instructions. I grew up playing the piano. I had a neighbor who was a piano teacher, and so I watched her son for piano lessons. And I was a drummer in high school, and I also tried to play guitar. I'm not very good at it, but I tried really hard to play guitar. Never did quite figure that out. And harmonica. So I can play a little bit of a lot of things, but I can't play any of them great anymore. I haven't played piano in years, so I've kind of lost my chops. Can you guys play any instruments? That's more exciting. I have instruments here. I have a guitar here. I have what's known as a dulcimer, which is I think it's a 3-stringed instrument. It's basically plays itself. I shouldn't say that, but it's like an Appalachian, traditional Appalachian instrument in which it's tuned to kind of, when you strum it, it always makes a chord no matter where you put your fingers. So it basically looks like a guitar, but you can play it just by dorking around on it. I used to mess with it quite a bit and play some like traditional Appalachian sounds, but it's been a while since I've done that. I used to love playing music. That was definitely one of my passions. Guitar, drums, and piano. Okay. We're similar then. Oh. I really do miss playing piano, and I come to these like points in life every now and then where I'm like, I'm gonna go buy a keyboard, and I've been having a resurgence of that thought lately. You know, part of me wants to justify it as I'll record some songs to play for my YouTube videos, because they can be it can be very difficult to find YouTube videos that don't have copyright issues. Okay. This guy looks like, sorry. This guy looks like it goes not like that. This guy looks like it goes like this. That's strange. Why would it? Why would it sit that way? Oh, and we still have the piece that I dropped. Okay. That's right. I thought maybe I was missing a piece. No, I'm not missing anything. It's just the piece I threw on the floor. Alright, where do you go? Let's see. This tray. Oh. Oh. Everybody can play the triangle. Everybody. See, I put these on backwards. I put them on backwards. No, I didn't. How could these go? Oh, they go on the outside. Typical dude. don't want to read the instructions, just want to figure it out. I figured it's like 6 pieces of metal. Who can't figure out how to put together 6 pieces of metal, right? So I was going to, so I came home. Keely had 2 games today. We won both, which was awesome. She played really well. I came home and crashed. Her mom slept in the car on the way home. And so I came home and passed out. And I woke up and I was like, oh, I'm supposed to stream today. I told everybody I would, so I will for at least a while. And then I'm thinking, oh, but I really need to get the grass cut. And so saying that I really needed to get the grass cut was the perfect motivation to start the stream. Because I don't want to go outside and cut the grass. I mean, I do. I don't mind cutting grass. I just don't like cutting my grass. And it is a really nice day outside. It's actually really, really pretty here today. It's like 75 and sunny, and it's really, really nice. So I just need to get the grass cut and stop procrastinating. Oh, that sucks about the keyboard. Maybe pick up a different instrument. My oldest daughter taught herself to play ukulele last year, and she's really, really good now. I'm really, really impressed by her ability to learn that on her own without a whole lot of intervention from me and Mama. Now, her mom and I both played in the band. So, I mean, I guess she has a little bit of innate musical ability. Of course, Jamie will tell you that she didn't ever play. She just walked around carrying her instrument. Which is possibly true. So this welder, this stand here is like, all the holes are twice the size of the bolts. So if anybody in the future is watching this and they're thinking about putting together the Harbor Freight welding cart, just know that before you tighten down anything, put all the bolts in first. That's one of those lessons my dad taught me as a kid. And I just kind of was like, yeah. And then as an adult, when I was a mechanic, I would find myself in these situations where I would put in some of the bolts. Hi, April. I would put in some bolts, not all of them. And then, of course, the last one would never line up. And when that would happen, I could hear my dad saying, you know, put in all the bolts. Oh, gosh. Okay, the piece that we dropped goes back here. This kit came with a whole lot of bolts, but they're all slightly undersized. I mean, I guess that's fine. It's not like it's hurting anything. This isn't like a hugely structural piece or anything. It's just a cart to hold a welder. But it does make lining everything up a little bit wonky. Hi, Ashley. I need to get like a giant monitor in here where I can put the chat so that I can see what everyone is saying instead of having to walk across the room here to read your chats. I should work on that. There's got to be a simple way to do that. The delay is still really bad for me. Like, it's about probably 10 seconds, which is significant. I think last time that we streamed, the delay was probably only about 3 or 4 seconds, so it wasn't very bad at all. But today it's pretty bad. I don't know why. I mean, I do know why. It's because I live in West Virginia. And our internet's terrible. How's Pittsburgh today, April? We were in Wheeling earlier. We had soccer games in Wheeling. Wheeling's this cool old place in West Virginia that it's been the capital of West Virginia like I think twice or maybe even 3 times. It moved back and forth between Wheeling and our current capital, which is Charleston, a whole bunch of times. And so it's this cool old like coal town. I don't know. I guess it was an industrial center, kind of like Pittsburgh. It's, you know, it's only about maybe 45 minutes from Pittsburgh, and you know, they're all kind of along the same train throughway and stuff like that. I should play the guitar. I bet you if I go pull my guitar out, I bet you the strings are rusted. Like, I can almost guarantee you the strings are rusty. But we could try it. I still know how to play a few chords, I guess. I don't think you ever completely forget how to play chords. My fingers might not remember. Okay. This is annoying. I need my shop helpers, and they left me today to go get their haircut. Sorry for your ears. I bet you that hurt. Alright, I'm going to stop being lazy about it. I am not using duct tape today, no. Though I did discover, remember when we used to, well, April knows me from high school, so I used to make a lot of things out of duct tape. And the Duck brand duct tape just turned to absolute garbage not too long ago. It's really crappy tape. It barely sticks to anything. Well, I did discover recently when I was duct tape shopping, because I needed some for I forget what, that they have Duct Tape Max, which is like the new cool version of duct tape. And Duct Tape Max reminds me of the duct tape that I used to use in high school. So the duct tape back when it used to be decent. Gotta figure out a better place to keep the microphone. My shop is so small that it becomes way too easy to catch. Alright. So this thing is completely adjustable. I guess that's part of the reason why all these holes are so loose. Remember I was complaining about all the bolts being the wrong size? It looks like maybe you could set this thing up to either point at an angle like this or maybe go some other direction. I don't know. Hello, Nerdy Zombie. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. My world's pretty good right now. I have a whole lot to do between, you know, when I took a week off because I was at Gen Con, which is fun. But when I get back to work, I have to catch up. And that includes when I get back to home, I have to catch up. So I have grass to cut, I have projects to make, I have videos to film, I have my fun job. I have work to do for my fun job, which is the board gaming job. That's where I was last week. We're getting ready to send a couple other things to the printer. And when that happens, I have to kind of proofread everything. Always a good time. Okay, let's go figure out what size these are. Probably metric. Probably a 10, which I don't know where my 10mm metric wrench is. Story of my life. Yep, it's going to be a 10. I don't know where my 10 is. Oh well. I will tighten everything up without it. So, I think the first thing to tighten is this back tray to get it vertical. This is going to be interesting because nothing really lines up. So how do I check to see if it's all square? Nerdy Zombie, you watched my digging my lunchbox video. That's cool. That video, man, it just comes back around. I mean, it's been up for like 6 years, 6 or 7 years now. It's been up for a very long time, and every now and then it just people start watching it again, and I don't know if it's because YouTube starts recommending it, or if I think one time I was able to track it down. I was able to find out that there was a like a time capsule, a municipal time capsule being opened in Sweden, and so people in Sweden were searching for time capsule, which brought them to my video, and so that was kind of neat. But most times I don't have a clue why people start watching it, and then all of a sudden I get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comments. And it's always really exciting when that happens, of course, like, because, you know, I've been making videos for over a year now on this channel, and none of them get a heavy amount of views. You know, I think my next most viewed video is maybe like 30,000 views or something like that, and that was when I went to Harbor Freight one time. And my daily videos get less than 100 views, but they do get, you know, I'm getting comments every day, which is fun. But then when my phone goes crazy because of that time capsule video, it always just, it's kind of strange. It's like, so many people are finding this. Why? It's 7 years old. Why is everybody finding it now? Yes, this is a welding cart. This is a Harbor Freight $35 welding cart. I was really interested in building one. I really was. I had a design that I came up with. I was going to make it out of steel, tubing and steel box section. Man, steel is expensive. So just building a little cart like this, it was going to be taller than this, but still, it wasn't a very big cart. It was going to be over $100 in steel. This was $35 today. Normally it's like 40 something. It's hard to tell with Harbor Freight because they always show a discount of whatever their original price, but nothing ever sells for the original price, so $35 seems like it's a decent amount off of the original Harbor Freight price, whatever the hell that is. So I was excited to get it today and get it put together so I can get this stupid welder out of my way. It's not stupid. I like my welder, and I want to learn how to use it more. One of those skills that I lack in is welding. So, okay, what hasn't been tightened? Now it's a game of finding the loose bolts. And I really wish I had my metric wrenches somewhere. I don't know where my 10mm could have gone. Oh, I bet you I have a crappy 10mm. I have a kit that I used to carry in my car. I bet you there's a crappy 10mm in there. That I could dig up. Levi, thank you for the video. Henry is like about as adorable as a child can possibly be. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, at the end of yesterday's video, right before I did the random fact segment, I put in a little video of a boy named Henry who's watching YouTube with his dad, and they're watching me. And Garage Movie Reviews is Levi, that's his dad. And so that was super special. Super, super cute. So thank you for that. Alright, that all seems tight enough-ish. Yeah, 6.2 million views on that video. It blows my mind. And I've actually, oh, maybe these go here. Maybe it's not adjustable. Maybe these just go like this. This would make sense. This would make sense. I've never been like recognized in the wild as the guy who made that video, but I have been recognized on the internet as the guy who made that video. So enough people have watched that video that at least they know who I am, and quite a few people have found me and found this channel, found my daily videos because of that video. So, you know, I love the fact that I get to meet new friends because I have a video that it does well. I just wish it was a different video that did well. Not that I don't like it. I mean, it's fine. People find value in it, but I see it and it's like this 20-something minute video of essentially nothing. Very little happens. And then at the end, it's like, I'm sad because what came out of the ground was an unrecognizable lump of rust. And I was really hopeful that I would have something really cool from my childhood to remember, and instead, I mean, it's just kind of a pile of rusty ooze. So I hope to repeat the process someday with my girls. I keep saying I'm going to do it, and we need to just do it. And this time when I do it, I'm going to make the time capsule way more waterproof. I mean, any amount of waterproof is more waterproof than the one that I made as a teenager, so it won't take a whole lot of effort to make it more waterproof. Okay. Looks like I have a welding cart. It looks like I have an extra cotter pin, an extra nut and bolt. Oh, he's only 18 months. Cool. Extra nut and bolt, and then the chain. My girls are 9 and 12, soon to be 13. So we'll say 9 and 13. Okay, let's put this on the floor. Figure out a way for you to see this. In the video of the time capsule, they were very little. I think Keely was only 3. 3 or 4. So they were super young. This place is a disaster. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's see if you're going to be able to see that. Yeah. There we go. So the welder is currently sitting here, and that's where I want the planer to go. And there's the new cart. The new Harbor Freight welding cart. Sits like that. So the idea is I can put my helmet on here, put my shirt on here, put my tools up here. And this little thing that I bought from Ace Hardware, this is just a wooden like furniture dolly, and it works pretty well for this actually, but I want to use those wheels to make the planer cart. So well, I probably should have thought about. I should have thought this through. It's like the story of my life, right? I forgot that this welder had the bottle attachment on it, so it's going to be hard to set it on here with this back here. I need to take this off before I can set it up there. No biggie. And I have somehow managed to get this chain stuck. That's always fun. Harbor Freight is way more than just the IKEA of tool stores. Harbor Freight is what every other tool store wishes they could be. That's not true. I have a whole bunch of professional tools. I was a professional mechanic, so I needed professional tools. I have a whole, probably, I don't know, $10,000 tool chest of professional level, professional grade tools. And so I know what using professional tools is like. I also know what using non-professional tools is like, and for the average person, there's no difference. If you own a house and you are going to put something together in your house, or you're going to do a little weekend project, there is no reason to purchase expensive tools. So this cart has a place back here to hold the bottle, and of course that spot is intended to hold a large bottle. All I have is that little baby bottle. That's okay. And I have to take all of this off, put it all together. Okay, Henry's 3. I thought so. I was gonna say he looks way too little to be 13, or be 18, or way too big to be 18 months. This is not the appropriate tool for removing machine screws, but it's working. So my truck's broke again. I don't know if I don't think I've mentioned it on the show. I've been driving my dad's truck. I took my dad's truck to Indianapolis, which I had planned on doing anyway. And then my truck needs a clutch. which is bad. It's gone. It's been, like, I knew when I bought the truck that it was going to need a clutch very soon, and it's probably needed one for a very long time, but I just keep driving it anyway, because in low gears, it's fine. You know, if you've ever had a clutch go bad in low gears, they don't slip very much, because there's not actually a whole lot of torque being applied to the engine in low gear. So I've just been dealing with it, but it's a little late now because it slips really bad and probably chewed up the flywheel. So next weekend I'll be replacing the clutch in my truck. Maybe I'll stream that, I don't know. Okay. Gotta be careful not to pinch hoses. This thing is actually very, very heavy. Kind of ridiculously heavy, honestly. It doesn't appear to be when you look at it, but let me tell you what. It is very heavy. Yeah, I don't need a bottle of CO2 shooting around the shop right now. Probably should disconnect it. But I ain't gonna. That's West Virginia for no. Here we go. That's fancy. That's actually quite a bit taller than I thought it was going to be. Now that I see it sitting there with the welder. And here's the thing that I'm going to salvage for making a planer stand. Okay. Ground clamp can hang here. Hoses. This welder, surprisingly enough, or funnily enough, doesn't have a rear exit for these hoses. I don't understand that at all. It's actually like a really, really odd design. I've thought about cutting my own hole in the back of the case because I don't understand why it doesn't have a spot for that hose to come out the back of the case. Why is that hose coming out the front of the case? I've never met anybody who puts their bottle on the front of their welder. So to have a hose coming out the front like that is very, very strange. Okay. So we have chains to hold the bottle. Which of course means we have chain to hold the bottle because the bottle's not tall enough for two of these things. This chain is, that's not steel, I don't know what that is. It feels galvanized, but it's, maybe it's just some sort of pot metal. It's a very strange feeling chain. Of course I'm like a half link off, so that chain's not going to do anything. It's not going to hold that bottle at all. This is very not recommended, but I'm going to put this around the neck of the bottle just to keep it from tipping. In reality, I should have like a tall 20-pound bottle on here or something like that, but I don't. So, alrighty. Now I have a welding cart. That's fancy. And I officially can no longer fit the welder underneath of the bench, which means I have less space. I have to figure out where to put stuff now. So that's done. I think the next phase of organization here is actually going to be cleaning. I need to clean all of this complete disaster before I really start thinking about where to go next. Yeah. So, thanks for coming in and hanging out with me while I put together this welder cart. I really do appreciate you, as always. Thank you for being my friends. I'm going to stop it here and start figuring out how to organize. I will